What's up, guys? Travis here with another honest review for you guys. Today I'm going to do something a little different. Today I'm going to review a product instead of a juice, something I've never done before. I'm going to review the kangertech Top Tank Top Box Mini with the Top Tank Mini, the whole kit. So I got the black one. For starters, right off the jump, let me say that I like this a lot more than the original Subbox Mini. For a couple of reasons. One, I like the color better. The Subbox Mini came as a really glossy, shiny type of finish, where the Top Box Mini is a matted finish. No shine to it really. It's a flat black. I believe all the other colors are flat as well. So another significant difference between the top box and the sub box is that the sub box is only 50 watts, where the top box is 75. And the top box is also interchangeable between vario wattage and temperature control. And it's not just a generic temperature control, you actually get the option to choose between a pure nickel coil, titanium coil, a stainless steel coil, and a nichrome coil, depending on the setting that you put it on. You know, you get to choose the material that you're using to build, and then if you build a nichrome coil, you set the mod to nichrome. So you open it up, it's packaged basically the same as every other Kanger product. Another difference between this one, the Subbox Mini came with 1.5 coil and one 1.2 or one 1.5 coil, and the RDA. With this one, it comes with 3 coils actually. It comes with, and the RDA. It comes with 3 coils and the RDA. It comes with a .5. Is this nichrome or nickel? Alright, it comes with 1.5 pure nickel coil, and that's another difference. These coils are round, not square, like the Subbox. However, my wife has a Subbox Nano, and you can use a square coil in these. There's really no difference. It comes with all the same stuff, except that's a nickel coil. It's got the regular .5 coil. The other difference in these coils is not only are they round, but they have bigger wicking holes, and it actually has a smaller third wicking hole, which I thought was pretty cool. Now here's what I thought was pretty cool and different. I didn't even know Kanger made these, but this is a kangertech vertical, kangertech vertical up and down Clapton coil, .5. So I haven't tried it yet. I am excited to do so, and I am going to try it. But me, I like the RDA. I always use the RDA. I love my fused Clapton coils. I love making them. I love using them. Now, the RDA Mini Plus that comes with this one is a little different than the RDA Mini Plus that comes with the sub box. I haven't actually tried it yet because I'm still using the RDA from my Subbox Mini, RDA Plus. But there's 2 relatively significant differences in the RDA. One being that the enclosure screw that holds the cap on is significantly larger than the one that comes with the Subbox, and the wicking holes inside the side of this one are significantly smaller than the ones in the Subbox. If you can see that in there, that's the Subbox. This is the one that comes with that. They're probably half the size. I haven't tried it yet. When I do, if I don't like it, if I think it's not wicking good enough, I'll probably bore them out with a drill. Who knows? Maybe I'll make a video for that. Otherwise it comes with, all the same stuff: the screwdriver, the extra screws, the coil, so on and so forth, the authentication code, in this cool little neat packaging. Now, here's another significant difference, which you probably already know. With the sub box that comes with, in fact, you know what? Hold on, let me grab it. Alright. With the Sub Tank Mini, the only way to fill it is to, I don't have a coil in here right now, but the only way to fill the Sub Tank Mini is to unscrew the bottom, put the juice in, that's where your coil would be, and put the, screw it back on, put it back on. Alright. Now this is where the top tank is different. You could do that way if you choose. You could open up the bottom because it has to open to put the coil in anyway. But this is what's pretty cool about it. Instead of having to go through all that to fill it, you just, the top screws right off, and bam, you fill it right there. If you guys could see that, I don't know. So that's pretty cool. I haven't used the temperature control setting on this yet, but this is what I can tell you. The lowest setting it has on the temperature control is 100 degrees Celsius, and then the higher end is 600 degrees Fahrenheit, and somewhere in between it switches. I believe it switches somewhere in between from Celsius to Fahrenheit. Now, just like the Subbox, Mini, Nano, and Nano, this has a 10-second cutoff, which is something I was slightly concerned about when I first got it, because before this I was using a MVP 3.0 Pro, which is a 60 watt, has a 15-second cutoff. And that was a big thing for me when I was looking for a new mod, was the cutoff. Not a lot of mods have a 15-second cutoff. Most of them have a 10-second cutoff. So that was an issue for me. In fact, I even ended up buying a second MVP 3.0 Pro used from a friend when my MVP 3.0 started to break, which I still have, but it has major charging issues, so it really just sits on a shelf in case of an emergency. The one I just showed you is the one that I got from a friend. It works fine, it charges fine, it's just, it was time for a new mod, new tank too, because I was having some issues with my sub-tank mini in the RDA section. So, with this I stumbled into, a friend bought it online. I authenticated it. It is authentic. It comes with the authentication code. A friend bought it online. He got it, used it for maybe 15 minutes. He got it yesterday. Used it for maybe 15 minutes. Decided he fucking hated it. Didn't want it. So we were talking. He needed a CD player installed in his car. It takes me 20 minutes. I decided, I'll install you CD player. You give me the, the whole setup, battery included. Done deal. But with that being said, one of my biggest concerns was in fact the 10-second cutoff, because with my MVP 3.0, I usually take between a 12 and 13 second drag. Anything less than that, I'm not satisfied. So, I come to find out, I think there's something wrong with my MVP, or maybe not even, because both of them were like that. It might just be the MVP 3.0 Pro in general. But I guess for whatever reason, it takes longer to heat up the coil, or it has a delay on distributing the power to the atomizer, because with this, I have it on the same setting. I use it on 30 watts with a 0.35 fuse Clapton, which is I'm sorry, that's not what's in here right now. Right now it's a 0.35 regular Clapton that I made. It's just a 22 gauge wrapped in a 36 gauge. Because I was at a 24 gauge. Usually I do two 24 gauges wrapped in a 36 gauge. And I get about a 0.25 usually, with 5 wraps at about 2 millimeters. But I find with this, it heats it up right away. I get a nice clean hit. I probably take about a 7-second drag off this. Great cloud production. I'm really liking it a lot so far. As far as the battery life on it goes, it seems to be pretty good at this point in time. I only have a 2800 megahertz 18650 battery. I do intend on buying a different one. This is just the one that my friend had. I can't remember what it's called. Something XJO, MX Joe maybe. Now it's only a 2800 megahertz battery. For you guys who are newer to vaping, and don't get all that yet, when you buy a mod that needs an 18650 battery or whatever the other types of batteries are that they sell for mods, there's different levels of that battery. I'm pretty sure with the 18650s you can get as high as a 3800 megahertz, which is what I plan on getting. The megahertz, basically, I don't know what it exactly stands for, but it basically means how much juice the battery can hold. This is a 2800 megahertz. I've actually never seen one smaller than that. But even with this, I'm still getting, and I vape a lot, man. I vape 30 milliliters a day. I vape nonstop for an hour and a half at a clip. Usually take 45 minutes off, vape for another hour and a half. I mean, I'm getting 3 hours of straight vaping time out of this battery, which for most people will probably be their entire day. So I mean, it's pretty good on juice. My wife has a 3800 megahertz battery that I had gotten. There are a couple of them, and I put that in here yesterday while this one was charging up because it was brand new. And I used it for maybe 6 hours, and it only dropped. It wasn't even halfway empty. So, I mean, the battery life, and that's at 30 watts. So the battery life on this is pretty good, considering. Here's one more thing I will say before I end this video about the tank. The tank is a slightly different size than the sub-tank mini, as I noticed, because one thing that I noticed that was different about what this comes with that the sub-tank sub-box came with that this doesn't come with is the spare piece of glass. So I was thinking in my mind, no big deal. I got like 3 of those things. I put the 2 tanks next to each other. This one is slightly shorter, slightly wider, so the glass is a different size. So I guess I'm going to have to go online and buy one if this ever breaks, but it shouldn't because I almost always have a vape band on here. But yeah, man, if you guys are thinking about getting one of these, go for it, especially for the price, man. I mean, listen, $100 even, you're going to get the mod, the tank, and the battery. That's a really good deal, especially for this good of a product. I mean, you're getting variable voltage, variable wattage, temperature control, multiple settings, 1 year warranty on the tank, 6-month warranty on the mod via the manufacturer. I mean, it's a really good deal. It goes up to 75 watts, so unless you're looking to enter cloud comps and do these crazy builds with with a RDA, RBA, I'm sorry, with an RBA, you're never going to need more than 75 watts. I mean, maybe depending on the tank you use, but using this tank, you're never going to need more than 75 watts. You'll never even go up to 75 watts with this tank. So, I mean, 30 watts, I've been vaping for about a year now. 30 watts is where I've been comfortable for the last 8 months. So, with all that being said, man, this was Travis with another honest review for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're thinking about getting one of these, definitely recommend it.